locked eyes with an intruder in my house, but then I remembered something that made me feel better. I was home alone, working from home, when all of a sudden I heard glass breaking in my kitchen. Immediately, I grab my phone and start dialing 911, but I can't get through. No signal. Great. I think to myself, now what? The breaking continues and gets closer to my office. I keep backing away, but there's nowhere to go. My office is at the end of the hall, and there's a big mirror on one wall. I look up at it and see someone standing right behind me. I scream and turn around. There he is. He's only inches from me. His face is pale and his eyes are wide and dark. And then he smiles, a wide, toothy smile. I take a step back and fall into the mirror, smashing it. Glass falls everywhere, and I see his eyes again. They're full of surprise. I can see him reflected in the shards around me. He looks like he's trying to talk, but his mouth isn't moving. I want to scream, but no sound comes out. I can't move. I'm frozen. Then the shards start falling from his face. He's gone. I stay on the floor for a long time, unsure of what to do next. Eventually, I get up, find my keys and leave. As I'm driving away, I realize I left my wallet behind. Damn. I turn around and go back. As I approach the house, I see police cars surrounding it. I roll down my window and yell, "I live there. Can I help?" An officer walks over and asks me some questions and then tells me I can't go inside yet. Another officer appears and hands me a blanket. "Here," he says, "you're gonna want this." I look down at it. It's covered with what looks like small pebbles. "What are those?" I ask him. He looks at me and says, "You should probably get an idea of what's going on before we let you inside." Then he walks away. Without saying another word, when they finally let me in, they bring me straight to the mirror, or what's left of it. They haven't cleaned up the glass yet. It's still everywhere. The shards are still falling from the ceiling. I look at them and I see faces. A lot of faces staring back at me, pleading, reaching out, angry, surprised, screaming. They're all inches from where I'm sitting. I try to move, but I can't. I can't seem to move or speak. One of the officers looks down at me and asks if I'm okay. "The stress of this situation may be getting to you," he says, "but we need you to tell us what happened here. Do you know this man?" He shows me a picture. I look at it. It's the man from the mirror, the man who stood behind me. I shake my head. I don't know him. I don't know anything about what happened here. I look back at the mirror, or what's left of it, and I see him. He's standing right in front of me. He's right outside the glass. I reach out to touch it, but the officer grabs my arm and pulls me back. "Don't," he says. "Whatever you do, don't touch it." But I want to get closer to him. I want to ask him what he wants. I want to ask him why he broke the mirror. I want to ask him why he stared at me so intently. I want to ask him why he didn't kill me. Why did he just stand there? What did he want? I want answers. As the officers question me more, I continue to stare at the mirror. I watch him move around inside it. Sometimes he would walk toward me, and then when I would look away, he would vanish. I told the officers I had seen him move. They didn't believe me. Look, lady, I know this is hard for you, but we need you to try to remember. Did you see this man anywhere else? Did you see him enter your house? I wanted to tell them about the basement door, how I had found it open earlier that day, but I didn't. I knew they wouldn't understand. How could they? He wasn't real. At least that's what I kept telling myself. They eventually let me go and I drove home. I had to be strong. I had to be brave. I had to make sure everything was okay. I told myself as I unlocked the door and walked inside. I told myself as I slowly began to explore my own home. Not my home, the home I used to live in, because I knew I couldn't stay there anymore. I knew I had to leave. As I approached the kitchen, I saw it. The cabinet door was slightly ajar, just like I had left it. I looked at it for a moment and then I went to the basement door. It was closed, but as I neared it, I heard a noise coming from behind it. It sounded like footsteps. I froze. Was I imagining things? Of course I was. There was no one else in the house. I took a deep breath and continued to the basement door. I slowly opened it, but it wasn't broken. Whoever had fixed it must have done a good job, I told myself, smiling faintly. I looked down at the basement steps and saw a faint outline on the concrete stairs. It was a handprint, and as I stared at it, I realized it wasn't just any handprint. It was his handprint, the same one I had seen on the glass in the kitchen earlier that day. I remember I had actually taken a picture of it because I thought it was so strange. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and scrolled through my photos until I found it. I showed it to the officer. "Do you recognize this?" he asked me. I nodded. "Of course I do," I said. "I live there."